Shalom, shalom. Kahala Yahweh Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Harak Kakradesh Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Shai Barakatham. To the Akim, what Akim out there teaching his word, truth, in all sincerity, teaching the downfall of Esau, the 2/3, this wicked kingdom, and to these heathens. I just want to go over something that, that like I go through. So basically, well, not that I go through, but things that I go through, but like, I'll explain. So basically, I was telling one of the Akim, uh, one of the Ak, that, his name Arya, my name Arya, I call him Malek Arya, I'm Arya Shakur. Um, One thing I always tell him is like, whenever I teach, the word of Yahweh by Shem Shai, I usually end up losing my job right away. You know what I mean? So usually, I find out that's why I was just sent there. You know what I mean? Like I give the word and, I end up losing my job the next day or something like that. Something in those standards or like, or whoever I'm supposed to talk to gets the message. Even if they don't get the message, they use it wickedly or whatever. I may lose my job or niggas try to beat me up or something like that. So, I was telling them, I was like, for some reason, I've been holding on this job for a while. And, I'm like, I'm always at work telling, talking about the Bible, whoop de whoop, you know, talking about, not whoop de whoop in a disrespectful way. Slocky, give me a second. Sorry, I got to charge this phone. Talking about the Bible, teaching the word of Yahweh about Shem Shai, telling people what it is. And, sometimes it's not the person that you think that it might be. Not that I was searching for a person or nothing like that, but, it took me a little bit and something just clicked, because I lost my job literally like this morning, which was strange to me, and I couldn't understand why the person was treating me bad, and I already know how about Shimmy Shai had another plan for me, so I wouldn't apply for other jobs, whoop de whoop, and I'm not mad because he says take everything cheerfully, and I'm sitting here, I'm listening to some videos and on like GMS, what is it? GMS Info Channel 12. I can't remember what the Akim's page is, but something clicked to me because I was watching some video and I was laying down and it just popped in my head, and I was like, because it didn't make any sense why they were like, we won't even send you to another job type thing, and I was like, that's strange, and I was talking to some of the other people, and I'm like, well, who fired me? Whoop de whoop de whoop, and they're like, well, we fired you. Well, all the stuff ain't important, but the point is like it clicked in my head, and I was like, now I know who it was, and there's a lot of like, and because as a matter of fact, somebody posted something about the foreign Indonesian, and it's like Men of Valor or Prisoners of Hope posted something about this Indonesian Ak over there. He's saying they're screaming the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. He over there prophesied, and it clicked in my head, and I was like, you know what? I think I know what it was, and not I think it just came over me, and it was like, cool. I finished that mission. Like Yahweh Bashim Yahshai sending me to the next spot. Because even when I went and applied for other jobs, I'm already talking about herbs of the field and stuff like that. That's just for some reason that's just in us. Oh, that's what the ox said. The ox said you can't shut our mouths, and for some reason everybody's always telling me to shut up, and that's like I try not to talk about stuff, but it's like it just keep coming out because he was like you can't shut the mouth of the men of the Lord, the elect, day or night. And like, we've been punched in the face, all kinds of shit, So, and it's just like, even if I wanted to, it's like, I can't, it's just like that about everything, People always tell me shut up or whatever. And it's like, when it's something that's right, it's like, yo, we just can't, even when it's at jobs and stuff, we can't shut up. So, one of the things I want to say is like, sometimes there's a lot of Israelites that got parents that ain't Israelites, you know what I mean? Or they might have a mom that ain't Israelite. Their father may be an Israelite. Now they got a stepfather or something that ain't an Israelite or don't look like one, but he could be, you know what I mean? Or she could be, you know what I mean? We got the shame face. But the daughter or the son could be an Israelite. So you got to tell them the truth. And no matter if they like 12, 13, you know what I mean, years old, you got to tell them. You know what I mean? If they bleeding and they can reproduce, you got to tell them the truth. You know, how about Shem Yashai going to have you tell the truth? You know, you got to tell them they can't be, you shouldn't be talking to all these dudes. You shouldn't be sleeping around doing whatever they're doing. Now, a lot of these people, you know, Israelite kids do stuff behind their parents' back because, you know, sometimes either, not saying their parents is wicked, but, you know, people's parents is wicked. So, and, you know, I felt bad at first because I was like, maybe I should have asked the parents' permission before I talked to them like this. But at the same time, it's like, no, you shouldn't, because you know you got to speak the truth to them, regardless if people say anything or not. Why? Because that child can produce a baby. You know what I mean? That child is an Israelite because of who their father, or who, not who their mother was, but who their father was. You know what I mean? So, and it kind of clicked to me. And oh, and even after I did it, I felt bad. But the next day, uh, one of the Akim, and I think it was GMS A Mountain out in Tempe, Arizona, he said something on the lines of, he was reading a script, and it said something like, uh, it said something like, slack, I forgot the verse. It was on the tip of my brain. Uh, he said something like, dang, Salakia. It was something that lifted me up. Like, oh, it was like basically you shouldn't feel bad because, you know, you do the work, you know, you're going to do the Most High's work. You know, like you shouldn't, I can't remember if it was like you shouldn't be fearful or nothing, because if you did what you were supposed to, and then it was righteous regardless of what everybody else thinks. You know what I mean? So, and I was just thinking about this verse right now, and it says Titus 2:4, and this is one of the things that, you know, me and my brother was speaking about, because he read me this book, and he was like, you know, this I ain't gonna go into all the details, but it says Titus 2:4. It says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chastity, keepers of the home, good, obedient to their husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. So it's commanded of us to teach His word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, and it's commanded of us to tell these women to be righteous women, to be sober. You know what I mean? It's commanded of us, you know, to tell these women, even as little kids, that they would say as a little kid, which they're not, because, you know, Esau kidnapped these kids and be sleeping with them, and they're not kids. They got periods, and, you know, the boys is releasing sperm, so they're not kids. They can reproduce. They men and women. They are just young men and young women. So they need to know the truth. These women, these young girls need to know that they're not supposed to be running around sleeping with all these dudes, talking to every dude on Snapchat, doing all this stuff, doing all this wicked stuff. So, you know, even though it may seem bad to you, because Esau or people will make it seem weird or say that you're in the wrong for talking to a child like that, by you telling them, hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. Whoever goes into you is your husband, you know, and you explain them the truth, you still doing it righteous. Yeah, they're gonna come after you, or they're gonna make you feel like you're shit because you did something that actually is righteous. But remember, the Bible says, uh, if you defend an abomination, or it's like if you offend an abomination, then you are an abomination. And if you basically go against the person that's teaching the truth, then you're an abomination too. So if you talk down to the person that's telling the truth, then you're an abomination. And if you're an abomination, the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, He gonna put your ass to death. And Salaki, I want to find this verse. It says, and this is why, like, you know, you shouldn't even help these people out of, you shouldn't help them out of a car. You don't touch them. Like, if they're a woman or something in these days, don't touch them. If they're a girl, don't touch them. Like, even if you help pick something up or give it to them, right now they're gonna try to do whatever they can to use it against you, or make you seem like you a bad person or whatever. You know what I mean? If you help somebody up off the ground, or you dust somebody's back off or something, don't just, it's like Paul said, it's better not to touch a woman. And that's in 1 Corinthians 7. It says, now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. You know what I mean? You shouldn't, like, and I mean, I know he's saying that in a different way too, but realistically, don't even touch them. Don't help them out. You shouldn't even give them fucking high fives. Don't give them nothing. Don't shake their hands. Fuck them. Because anything you do, they can try to make it seem perverted. Oh, he held my hand too long. It was sexist. Or they're going to try to use it against you. So fuck that. Don't even be their friend like that. I'm just being honest because, you got to bear that cross. Like, you're going to have to bear that cross. Like, fuck it. I told them the truth, or I helped them out, and it's just something you just going to have to bear. And then Proverbs says, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. You know what I mean? So these women out here that, even though you tell them the truth, they're not virtuous. You know what I mean? So if rubies, I mean, for a virtuous woman is more expensive than a ruby, and these women ain't no fucking rubies out here. And the word fuck means fornicating under the consent of the king. I ain't going to keep repeating that, but you better get that off the back. But I'm just saying, be have better understanding, because they don't have understanding of what they're doing. You know what I mean? They're trying to put you away or go against you or make you feel like you doing something wrong by you telling the truth. Because a lot of these young women, out here, as soon as they get breasts, they want to get bras. They got their period. They know that they're fertile. They know that they can have a baby. They're like, oh, I can have a baby now. I got to be careful. Got to wear condoms. So if you're doing all that, you should already know. And you should be told the truth. But these people out here want to protect these women and teach them that they're kids still. They're not fucking kids. If you can give birth, you ain't no fucking kid. You don't see nobody in the animal, you don't see no animals in the wild that got a period. A fucking lion get fucked by another lion and be like, oh, that was a kid lion. No, you tell them the truth. If you can get pregnant, you can get herpes, you can get AIDS. Calm your little ass down. Don't be sleeping around, because this shit ain't right. Because right now, they're legalizing prostitution in New York, and they're going to start, they already snatching your kids and daughters up, but they're going to really start snatching them bitches up. And when they get snatched up, it says that they're going to get raped and ravished and dashed to pieces. You got the fucking UN coming over there to New York. That they need the booties. You know what I mean? And it ain't talking about just booty, but the bounties, the booty, the money, the pirate. You know what I mean? What they come to take, they come to seize. But, I just wanted to make a quick lesson. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? That don't make sense. It make fucking total sense. Don't fucking touch them. Don't give them high fives. Don't even be these bitches' friends. You know what I mean? Keep these women at bay. Put them in a position, because right now, as long as we allow them, you think about it like this. I was telling the Aria, whenever you let a woman into a club with us, the club gets fucked up. You know what I mean? As soon as you let a woman into the MMA gym, all of a sudden everybody got to start doing jujitsu different. Everybody got to start punching different. Everybody got to start acting different. We can't cuss. We can't. As soon as a woman's brought around, everything got to be changed up. It got to be softened. Fuck that. If them bitches fall, that's why Trump signed that executive order for women down to the age of 17, and they trying to do 16 to be drafted into the military. Let's see if shit gets different when bullets are flying over. Hey, bro, you got to shoot those. Hey, I know we enemies, but you got to shoot those bullets a little softer. We got females over here. You know what I mean? Are they going to be saying bullshit like that? No. Fuck all that. You know what I mean? The Iran don't want you to send them women, them girls, because the U.S. side going to rape them and the other side going to rape them. So I'm just saying, everybody think y'all free. You think you okay and everything's going to be good? No, it's not. With that said, I just want to say, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.